everybody, and welcome back to the Horn Hangouts. We are so proud to have a special guest today. It's Mr. Andrej Žust.
Huh?
So tell me, Andrej, since when have you been concertmaster of the Berlin Philharmonic?
Long time, since like 10 years. Why do you ask?
Sorry, Andrej. Jakob, sorry, what are you doing there? What is this?
I don't understand these buttons. What should I do? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Horn Hangouts. Well, what did you think of that? Happy April Fool's Day. I know maybe you're not supposed to do April Fool's jokes after 12 o'clock, but in the States and all over that side of the world, it's still before midday and it was just a good gag no matter what time of day. Welcome back, I hope you liked it. I'm Sarah, not Jakob, and I have a fantastic guest today. I've been looking forward to it so much. Andrej Žust. Andrej.
Hello.
You don't have to wear the hair.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! What are we going to do with that? It's quite
really
gross,
warm.
actually. Yeah, I know.
Let's put it on.
Well, if you leave it there, we might think it's a dog.
Yeah, honey.
Welcome to the Horn Hangouts. I'm really excited.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
It's a bit warm under that hair,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it? Okay.
Good.
People are loving this. Hope you love that, you guys. Write in, let us know where you're watching from. And if you're watching on Facebook, write in, tell us where you are, tell us if you like it. But I can only get the questions here from the website, sarahwillis.com/live, because it's just too confusing to have two sets of chats. So I've got the questions here from the website, but on Facebook, talk amongst yourself, tell us all Andrej's stories. Yeah, there's a lot of people watching in Ljubljana, I think, today.
So hey, Dobar dan, Ljubljana. So first in Slovenia.
Dobar dan,
Dobar dan.
Dobar dan,
Dobar dan.
Ljubljana. That's so
Yeah,
nice.
nice.
And you're not really a big media guy.
Well, you probably didn't. If you Google me, you don't see a lot of me. I mean, there are not many
Andrej,
articles.
you see
and
nothing. You see the Berlin Phil website, and that's it.
Yeah.
And for an interviewer, even though we're colleagues since years, what do I know?
Enigma.
Enigma. Well, that's all changed now, and I appreciate you
changed,
wearing a
look.
nice sticker.
I'm wearing a sticker and everything. Yeah.
That's much appreciated.
Yeah,
Already.
yeah.
We're glad we finally got you here on the Hangouts.
Yeah, yeah.
People are watching. Mississippi, USA, Brazil. Luis Garcia is watching in Brazil.
Luis,
Hello,
hi.
Luis. Orange County, Francis in Orange County. F1 Patrick is watching. And they're watching Budapest, Anna in Budapest, Argentina, Oslo, Norway, Portland, Maine. My mom is always watching. Hi, Mom. She's got a camera ready.
Camera is there.
ready. Yeah. Mum likes to do screenshots of concerts and things. So, Russell in New Zealand. What time is it where you all are? Let us know what you're drinking.
Well, here's 2 o'clock, so tea time.
Tea time, that's right. Well, maybe we
Or
might
coffee time.
look, we have to say a big thank you because we've decorated this green room in the Philharmonie in your honor, and we've had help. When Andrej came in, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. We have the flags from the Slovenian Embassy.
Yeah, they're really nice.
And we have this roll up behind you. I feel love. I feel Slovenia. That's their new logo, and they are so proud of you there. Yeah, we should be wearing a. Yeah.
Is that a sticker?
Yeah, put the sticker on as well. I called them up, and Gregor Jagodic.
Jagodic, yeah.
Gregor, if you're watching, we absolutely love you. I went to meet him, and he gave me all this stuff: Slovenian coffee, Slovenian chocolate. Actually, we could open those.
Wow.
Seeds to plant in our garden.
That's good. I have to do my balcony.
There you go. You can plant some Slovenian seeds, and all these books. Slovenian, it looks really nice there.
Yeah, it's a lot of mountains, a little bit of seaside. It's only 50 kilometers of the seaside, but it's nice.
It looks amazing, but this is what interests me the most, to be honest. This is a book called Potica.
Potica.
But it says Potica.
Potica.
Potica. What is a potica?
Potica is a traditional cake for holidays like Easter or Christmas.
It looks amazing.
Our grandmas usually make them for Christmas and Easter. Yeah.
Can you make them?
I did it last year in Baden-Baden.
You
so
did?
It was pretty good.
Why
yeah.
didn't I have any? Outrageous.
I was afraid to share it with you because I was not sure how it's gonna be.
It wasn't vegetarian.
It was vegetarian. It was
can't
not
get the
vegan.
sticker.
But
It was not vegan, that's all right. We don't mind
vegan.
vegan. I can't get my sticker off. How'd you get your sticker off? I got it, you
Okay.
did my sticker. So Gregor, he gave me all this stuff. He gave me pens, And the driver came today and brought the flag. Slovenia is very proud of you. Thank you very much. I'm going to put this here on my skirt. Oh, I should put on the Horn Hangout t-shirt right in the middle. There you go. I love Slovenia. They're very proud of you. It's a small country.
It's a small country, only 2 million people, you know.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And here at the embassy, you've done some chamber music for them, and they celebrate. They have these little concerts.
Yeah, there are a couple of concerts a year they do, and I was there the opening concert for the first concert. Then last year we did a concert with all the people from Slovenia who are working in German orchestra. So from Bayerischer Rundfunk, Hessischer Rundfunk.
How many?
We did the Beethoven septet, so it was just only 7, but there are many others as well. Yeah.
Do you know how many musicians are in the?
Only in Germany?
Yeah.
I would say like 12 or something.
Wow, that's actually quite a lot. Daniel is watching from Ljubljana, Television Slovenia. Oh, hello,
Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Now you had fun with them, didn't you?
Oh yeah, last week we were doing a small portrait about me, so it was a lot of fun. So I'm used to all the cameras and so on.
We have George and Jakob and Alex here, and we have handsome Tim, of course, who's up very late at night in Melbourne. And we're very grateful, especially to Jakob, for making that little film at the beginning, because I think it was quite hot under all that hair.
Oh yeah, I just had it for 1 minute and was like...
For those of you who just joined in, you missed the best part, well, one of the best parts. Of the hangout, but you'll get to see in the archive. So there you go. So Brazil, Cleveland, Ohio. Gosh, there's so many people watching. This is Bulgaria, France.
Wow.
Andrew Bain is watching in Cabo.
Hi, Andrew.
Andrew, good morning. It must be very early in the morning.
What time is it now? 6 or something?
Cocktail time. Get out on the beach there. So get your questions in for Andrej, because the thing about the Horn Hangouts is that I don't like to ask my guests questions which you can Google the answers to. The problem with Andrej is you can't Google any answers because there's nothing about him online, not a lot anyway.
There's only one source.
Exactly. There's only one source, and that's him. So get the questions in, and we're going to start from the very beginning.
All right.
And we have a very sweet little photo of you playing the horn. How old were you when you started?
I was around 9, I think, 9 or 10.
And this photo we have of you is a little bit, I was
a bit older.
How old were you? A little bit older. That one.
This one, I was around 12 or 13, something like that.
Okay, so that's a little bit later, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit later, yeah.
And I heard that your dad didn't really want you to play
Well,
the
actually,
horn.
first he asked me if I want to play an instrument or something, and I said, sure. And because my sister was playing piano, I also wanted to play piano. But the piano class was completely full, and in Slovenia, I have to tell this, in Slovenia has a big tradition of blas kapele, so like brass bands. Every little village has a brass band, also my village, Logatec, has one brass band, and as usual, there are no horn players usually there. So the director of the music school was also at the same time conductor of that brass band, and he really needed a horn player. So I asked him if it's possible to play piano, but he said, no, it's full. But why don't you try this? And he showed me like really old, it was a Czech horn, I think it was an Amati.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was completely, green and so on, really not nice. And I was like, well, this, I'm not sure. But, just try it, just for a couple of months.
But you wanted to be in the brass band.
Well, not at the beginning, I was not thinking about it. Yeah. And I was really lucky at the beginning because I had really good professor, teacher at the beginning. That was Janez Polanc. He was really nice at the beginning. He showed me the way how to play the horn, and he arranged the first gig for me when I was like 10 or 11. We did a recording for some, I think it was a movie or something like that.
Age 10?
Wow. 11, I probably.
Wow.
11, yeah.
Wow.
So that's why when I decided like, oh, this could be like something interesting to do in your life, yeah.
But your dad was worried about you playing the horn.
Yeah, well, that he was just looking at, people who were playing in the brass band or like professional orchestras, and he always seen after the concerts, we like to go for a beer or something, to relax a bit.
We're a social bunch.
Yeah, we are social buttons. That's true. So he had an idea that all the musicians or like artists are like a little bit more bohème, they like to drink a lot and so on.
Oh no,
Never.
we don't.
It's water. But then at the end he No, he's really happy actually. Yeah.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
is. You came a long way.
It was all
That-
good.
that-
Just at the beginning, he had a little bit concerns, but
yeah.
it was all okay.
So, age 10, you were recording your first film.
First, yeah, it was some. I don't know exactly what was it, but I remember we were in studio recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was cool.
But were you already in Ljubljana by then?
No, I was still in
You were still in
Logatec.
Logatec.
I started in Ljubljana when I was 14 at the music high school,
Yeah.
gymnasium. it's
Gymnasium.
called,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's
yeah.
like a
So like a-
specialist music school.
Yeah, you have all
Okay.
the normal
Yeah.
subject, and then you also
Then
have
you
a
have
lot of
the-
music. Yeah.
And who was your teacher there?
There was Metod Tomac. You met him when we were
yes,
playing
I did.
in.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we all
was-
went to Ljubljana and played the Schumann Concertstück with your
Concertstück,
old
yeah.
orchestra.
Yeah, it was like 2014.
Yeah, that was really
that was
really
nice.
exciting,
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
It was so nice to be with the orchestra. again.
Maybe we ate that cake there. I seem to remember it.
No, it was not Potica, but it was Gibanica.
It was-
That's the other cake,
Oh.
yeah.
So many nice sweet things there.
Oh yeah, they like sweet stuff. yeah.
So you went and you studied with him, and
I studied there for 4 years, yeah. And I also started to play as a substitute in all the orchestras in Ljubljana, so Opera House, Radio Orchestra, and Philharmonic Orchestra. as
you were
well.
quite young. I think you played at age 17 or something first time with them, or you playing professionally already 16, 17?
16, yeah.
16,
was the
wow.
first gig I
Wow.
had with the Radio Orchestra, Bostjan.
Someone
Professor.
we have to mention someone who's been a great help for this hangout, Bostjan Lipovsek. Did I say that? Did I say that? Right?
Bostjan Lipovsek.
Bostjan Lipovsek, who is watching now live. I hope Bostjan. He sent quite a few photos, and we actually have some nice photos of you and him, which Jakob are going to blow in. One has sort of, you look like you have chicken pox.
Black ones, yeah. We were playing some, I don't know, some game. There were some questions and answers, and if you answered wrong, you got a stamp, something like that.
So you guys answered a lot of wrong things.
Was a lot of wrong answers.
Okay.
There was a drinking game. Oh, sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. And then there was another one of you two in cowboy hats.
Yeah, that was a tour with the Australian Chamber Orchestra in 2010. Oh, that was also nice. Nice world tour, actually. We were in Australia, went to the States, went to the Europe. It
Nice.
was like 1 month of, having fun.
But Bostjan is not that much older than you, but he became your teacher.
Well, he is born the same day as I am, 18th of July,
Yeah.
just only 10 years older. Well, he was my teacher at Academy, Music Academy, but we were playing a lot of times together. I was always playing second next to him in the radio orchestra. We did a lot of gigs with the horn quartet. Even we were also a soloist, so we played the Haydn double concerto and Telemann concertos and so on. We were pretty active together.
He sent me a lot of photos of you for the hangout. And he also said that the Academy in Ljubljana is very proud of you. And in the horn room, he made a little video. Do you have that one, Jakob, for us to show?
Hello, this is Academy of Music in Ljubljana, and let's see. This is the aula, and basically Andrej Žust was very rarely here. Lazy buggers, brass players, nobody practicing. And this is a horn room. This is not a horn room. This is a horn room. And of course, nobody has been practicing. Let's see who is here. Hello. And who is here? And actually, Frano will be very, very proud if we show him. Some familiar faces. Yeah. And some other familiar faces. Those guys. Those guys. Okay, have we seen everyone? And this is our former professor, which Andrej studied with him for a year or 2 years, I think. And this is a nice picture from the 60s, I think, from Paris with Courtois. And professor is still in a very good shape, not horn playing anymore, but biking and running around with his 85 years. Completely healthy, very, very in good shape man. And I think among all these beautiful posters, This one is lovely. This one. And among all these lovely posters, I think the winning face is the middle face.
Thank you, Bostjan, for making that video. We have another little one from you. We will show you in just a few more seconds. I want to tell you who else is watching here.
Okay.
Danilo from Norway, Berlin Philharmonic.
Oh, yeah.
We have Singe. I wanted to know about your audition with the Berlin Phil. We'll get to all the questions in a minute. Thank you very much. Midori is watching in Tokyo.
Hey, Midori.
Hey, Midori. And it's really quite amazing. This is incredible. I'm loving this. Coffee Horn has asked a mouthpiece question. So and he wants to know how the Slovenian chocolate is.
It's really good.
Is it really good?
It's sweet.
Can we have some later? Okay.
Sweet it, now we cannot talk.
So Bostjan, getting back to Bostjan, because he was a very important person for you.
Yeah.
What was he like as a teacher? What did you get from him?
Well, you know, he was one of the first young horn players who went abroad from Yugoslavia and then Slovenia.
Yeah.
You know? He was studying with Radovan Mlatkovic in Stuttgart. He was playing all over the world with the World Youth Orchestra.
So he was like the first person to really make that career.
Yeah,
I guess Radovan was the.
He was also in Berlin for a while, for 1 year, but then he went back. Yeah,
Oh.
He was a solo horn at the Concerthaus.
I missed that one.
But then he decided to go back, and
Yeah.
now he's professor there. He's professor in Zagreb as well.
Yeah.
And playing, as a substitute all over.
It was
the
so
place.
nice that he was just here. If you see on the digital concert hall, we just played. What did we play? Domestica.
Domestica, yeah.
And
A lot of horn
Bostjan
as
came
well.
for third.
Yeah.
Bostjan's students in Ljubljana, because you guys are probably the same as me. I really didn't know anything about Slovenia and Ljubljana until I went there. I still don't know much, but I remember it's just very beautiful, as you can see on the poster behind you. But the students in the horn room sent you a little video of saying hello as well. I'm going to show it to you now, and Jakob is going to show it to everyone else. So here we go.
Andrej, mi te iz nekdanje tvoje učilnice lepo pozdravljamo. In čeprav si bil v tej učilnici verjetno bolj malokrat, ti pošiljamo ene tople pozdrave. In čeprav je 1. april, so ti pozdravi ekstremno iskreni in resnični.
Andrej, tell me what Bostjan was saying in Slovenian.
On that video?
Yes.
He was just saying hi from the horn room from the music academy. I mean, he said that I was not many times in that room, but I was quite a lot there.
So why weren't you in the horn room very much when you were studying?
Well, when I was in first year of college, I got first position as a solo horn. That was in the opera house for 1 year. And then right after that, I got a position as solo horn in Slovenian Philharmonic. So I was playing in the orchestra all the time, and I didn't have really a lot of time to go to the academy.
No.
And I was also really active as a party guy. So
yes, I have the photos to prove it.
Yeah, of course. So sometimes in the morning I just couldn't go there.
No.
It was too early to wake
So
up.
did you ever graduate?
I'm still a student.
You're
No, I
still
didn't
a
yet.
student. You didn't.
That's maybe my goal.
But
maybe one day I have to.
I
go
didn't
at it.
either. So the Berlin Phil horn section is full of people that can't actually officially play the horn.
It's like, did somebody graduate?
Stefan didn't. He left, didn't he?
Nobody. Yeah.
No, I think, and Georg?
Maybe Fergus.
Maybe Fergus. Anyway, we obviously are not suitable to be.
But it's good to study.
It's good to. It's good to study. You've heard it from Andrej here.
Yeah.
What was it like changing from second horn to first horn? That's a question that's coming from Coffee Horn. Coffee Horn. Who's Coffee Horn? Where are you, Coffee Horn? What was it changing from
When
first
I was
to
still
second?
in Ljubljana?
Yeah, but you played second and then you played
I
first.
was always like playing first in Slovenian Philharmonic, and sometimes when I had time I went to radio orchestra to play second with Bostjan. And sometimes also the other way around.
But that's actually great because it means, the one thing I admire a lot about your playing, but the one thing that's truly special is that you have this entire range. There's no specializing in low horn or in high horn, you know? It just, because you've done it all.
Yeah, it was always like that somehow. Also in the horn quartet, what we had, it was called horn quartet. I was playing the fourth horn.
Yeah.
Not even like second or third, yeah, but I was playing the fourth horn over there. Yeah. So
Huh.
I was always playing low and high, so I think that's the best way to do it.
I agree.
As a horn player, you were also solo horn.
Yeah.
You did some couple of times solo horn as well and low horn, so
I didn't know about specializing until I came here to Germany. I mean, in
That's
London,
true, yeah.
you can't specialize because you never know. If someone calls up and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, come and play with the LSO fourth horn," you can't say, "Sorry, I'm a high horn player." You just say,
Yeah,
"Yes,
yeah, yeah.
please."
yeah.
So I guess.
So that's more
Yeah.
probably in Germany more or less like this, like
So
low horn.
you were actually very happy though in Slovenia, in the Slovenian
In
Philharmonic.
Slovenia.
We have a picture of your horn section, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
Jakob was just trying to find. It's a really nice, and we have a picture also of your two colleagues playing the Wagner tuba. They looked a bit sad, but probably because
Oh,
you're
Maya
gone.
and Robert, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was, I mean, I just have really nice memories about Slovenia and Slovenian Philharmonic Orchestra. They were really nice to me, really tolerant, because a lot of times I was a bit late, They started at 9 o'clock.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant you were late when you were playing, but you were late to the rehearsal.
Late to rehearsal, yeah. So they were always like 5-10 minutes, I was like, sorry.
Did you get in trouble?
No, they were always so nice to me.
Gosh,
I
here
never
you'd
got
be,
in
you
trouble. I
have
know.
to pay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Remember once there was a recording of a bassoon concerto. My colleague was doing, he was a soloist, and I was late for like 40 minutes or something. So I said, sorry, I buy the whole orchestra coffee.
Oh, that's
and
why
then
they never told you that. They were happy to get this, what's it called? Bar
cafe.
Bar cafe Slovenian coffee. Yeah, apparently.
This is, you
Apparently
make
it's
it like
very good.
Yeah, it's good. My wife really likes it.
By the way, Brina was a great help as well
Oh.
with the research, and she sent me some photos. And
She told me this morning something, but she said, just go there and enjoy.
exactly.
You'll
Hello,
see everything.
Brina, if you're watching.
Hi, Brina.
And Emma and Mia, do you think they're watching?
Well, Emma is in school,
yeah.
and Mia is probably asleep.
Probably
now.
asleep. Okay, yeah, it's nap time. So you have to get back
Nap
there
time.
quickly, huh?
No, it's okay.
So you had a good time there, and it was a nice peaceful life. You could show up late to rehearsal.
Rehearsals,
Why on
everything.
earth did you decide you wanted to come to Berlin?
Well, that was Stefan Dor was once in Ljubljana playing solo with the one Slovenian chamber orchestra. He was playing Haydn first concerto, so D major, and then in the second half we played Musikalischer Spaß together. So I asked him if I can play for him a little bit, so if he has some comments and so on. And then he mentioned, Andrej, you play pretty good. Why don't you try our Karen Academy? And I was like, Karen Academy? That's something new. And then he explained the Karen Academy, and that was in November 2008. And in December 2008, I was already in Berlin doing audition for the Karen Academy, which you probably know how it was. You were there.
I remember it very well.
I was pretty good until the last round.
Yeah, you were great actually. You came in as the last person, because we do it in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So you came in, and Stefan Dor and I had heard like 60 people that day.
There was like a lot
And
of
we were,
people there.
and then in comes number Z, and you played, and we were like, that sounds lovely. We were so excited. We thought we'd found our guy, and then you played absolutely terrible orchestral excerpts.
Yeah, sorry. I was just so unprepared for that orchestra excerpt.
But we took you anyway.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, we took you anyway because both of us just
Yeah.
sort of, your sound was just perfect for us. And I remember Stefan Dor saying, don't worry, I kick his butt.
Yeah. Well, he did.
But was he your teacher? No.
No, Stefan Izerski was my
Izerski,
teacher.
he kicked your butt too.
He kicked my butt, really.
Yeah.
Because there was like 2 auditions for low horn.
That's
So
right.
the first round was good, second round was good, third round again, the orchestra excerpt, I was like... And
I
then
remember being really angry at you.
I know, there were so many people came up to me, why did you do that?
Yeah. I remember.
Just,
practice
why didn't you
them.
learn that?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I did, but I was not expecting that I'm gonna come to the last round,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I was like, I can't
yeah.
believe that
Yeah,
after the academy audition, and then, but
I remember after that, every time I had lesson with Stefan Izerski, was like, play Rienzi, play this, everything by heart, of course. So
well, that's good because it
That's good.
obviously worked,
then it worked, yeah.
and here you are.
Thank you, Stefan.
Yes, thank you, Stefan and Stefan, for kicking butts, and I'm very
Yeah.
happy about that because you are just a dream colleague. We all play low horn, so we sort of rotate. You play a lot of second, but you play fourth, sixth.
Yeah,
You've
it's
got your
always fun.
premiere on Wagner tuba coming up, right? For Bruckner.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Have to practice that.
Yeah, you got to practice that one. Get all the fingerings. I think we've written them
It's in
already.
F, yeah?
It's in F.
Oh,
We've got
yay.
the parts in F. Thank God for that. So that all worked out well. But then somebody's asked how was changing from first horn to playing low horn in Berlin? What was the biggest change? NB. Who's NB? Write in and tell us where you're watching from.
So the biggest, well, I was always, as I said before, I was playing second horn a lot with in Ljubljana, so that was not a big problem. The problem was just like adjusting to the orchestra a little bit. I was always sometimes the first to play. I didn't know how long do you have to wait, you know. Sometimes Simon was conducting and he did bop, and who was the first? Of course me, because I was damn. Shit, why? And that was actually the biggest problem for me, you know, just not to play the first. So I was always waiting that Stefan started and then I joined.
That's a good second horn. That's what we have to do often.
Yeah, you have to get used to that. Yeah.
And the dynamic level that we play out here, was that similar, or was that, because I remember when I came, that was something I came from the opera. So I mean they flattened me in the very first week.
Yeah, I mean loud. I always like to play loud, but then soft playing here was like really soft. So I had a couple of troubles with that. So I was practicing really soft playing as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, big thing.
But moving over to Germany and leaving that sort of happy, stress-free party life, that wasn't easy. And then Brina came with you.
I know. You know, first time I was in Berlin was 2004. So when I landed there, I went to the city and I was like, wow. This is the place I could live, actually. You know, I really liked Berlin from the first impression.
What time of year was it?
It was November.
Oh, okay.
It's not the nicest time of the year, but still, you know, of course, we went to a lot of clubs and so on, you know, these kind of things, and I really liked the horn. And we went to listen to not Berlin Philharmonic, but something else. I think Concerthaus.
Yeah, Concerthaus. Okay.
And I was like, wow, look at this, great. So 4 years later or 5 years later, I was here as academist.
Yeah, wow. So you've never regretted it? And
No.
you have to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning, because here you cannot be late for rehearsal.
No, I think I was never late until now.
Sometimes
So
sometimes we get a little bit worried with Andrej, you know.
But
We've learned at 5 to 10 not to be worried, but about 1 minute to 10 then we do get worried. But you're always there.
It's like I show up somehow.
You show up somehow. Isaac Vargas asks, do you miss being a first horn?
Well, you know, sometimes you miss Tchaikovsky 5 or something like that, but then something really hard comes, you know, and then you see Stefan is playing it really good, and I'm just like, oh, thanks God, I don't have to play that now.
Yeah.
It's scary sometimes, you know, especially in this hall,
Yeah.
where everything gets really so silent,
Yeah.
and then you just have to play one note or something like that. Oh, yeah, that's scary.
I don't know how he does that. But you do, Bostjan, told me that you weren't really the big competition type or the big sort of concerto. You did quite a lot of concertos, but your main interest was chamber music always and orchestral playing. That's what you went after.
Well, I didn't do a lot of competitions, just a couple of national ones and maybe 2 international ones, but small ones. Yeah. But then since I was 16 or 17, I played already in the woodwind quintet. Then I had brass trio. I played bigger chamber things. I mean, the chamber music is always...
That's the brass trio that's on the poster in the horn.
Yeah, that's right,
Ljubljana,
with Franz and Michael.
Yeah. And now you're playing brass trio here with Gabor and Jesper.
With Gabor and Jesper, yeah.
You're using the same. What sort of repertoire is there for brass trio?
There's not a lot,
no.
But there are some nice pieces, so that's what we always play. Then each of us plays something solo with the piano. Yeah.
So you do play solo?
Yeah, of course. From time to time, Strauss 1, maybe some Mozart concertos. Yeah. I did a couple of. I did once Glier concerto.
You're very brave, you know.
Well,
you are, or do you just?
It's like a challenge a year you have to have, you know.
That's why I sit here.
Yeah.
But no, but how does? You know what it's like when you play in an orchestra a lot. You know, you're happy to be in this sort of. In this section and surrounded, and I'm much more happy as a section player than I am as any sort of soloist. But you give yourself, you really push yourself to do that.
Sometimes with piano or this kind of or solo, actually I prefer to play solo of Strauss 1 than play solo horn in the orchestra. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Somehow it's easier.
Yeah.
So
Not so many people around.
respect to all the solo horn players.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you just played Beethoven Sonata here in a sold-out Philharmonic.
Oh yeah,
The
oh that
piano.
was nice.
On Sunday morning?
Sunday morning 11, I show up on the stage and it was full. Okay. But that was fun, it was fun.
Do you get nervous?
I'm always nervous a little bit, you know, even if it's a small thing, just in orchestra to play one long note, you know,
Yeah.
you get a little bit of excitement somehow. But
What do you do against it?
well,
I mean, you don't have time these days to even think about it because of your two
Yeah.
little daughters.
you breathe in and you go.
Yeah, yeah.
You close your eyes sometimes and you go.
Just not too early.
Not too early, not too early.
Yeah.
That's true.
Michael Llewellyn says greetings to Sarah and Andrej. Andrej says he gets the best seat in the hall between Stefan Dorr and Sarah Willis. Aw, well, I'm a
That's
little bit
true.
further away. And we do swap, which I really like because it's great. And even Georg now is playing second horn.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to have a new colleague sometime soon. And
So please apply.
please apply. We need you. And it's low horn, and we like that because, of course, there's some things that you do a lot better than I do, like Bruckner second horn. That's you're really good at that, and I'm much better on the tuba at the back.
I mean, we both do everything. Yeah.
We both do everything, but it's nice to be
Yeah.
able to say, "Hey, you do that, and I'll do that." And
But it's nice to have colleagues, you know, they who always can jump on for you, you know, in the orchestra. If you have
Exactly.
something, I don't know, some emergency or something,
Yeah.
you call your colleague.
Yeah.
Listen, would it be possible to do you to play second?
yeah,
Yeah, sure, no problem.
exactly.
You know.
That's
That's
something
really
I really think
helpful,
is
yeah.
great because in most orchestras there's
Yeah.
like 2 second horns or 2
Yeah.
fourth horns, and this way we
They
have
just do
yeah,
second or fourth. Yeah.
It's really or
It's
sixth
really nice because
or
we
eighth.
rotate. Yeah.
We do, and so
It's
whoever
also,
comes,
you know, you play sometimes fourth horn part than in, I don't know, in Don Quixote or Bruckner or something.
I
you know.
agree.
It's not always second horn.
Exactly. Sometimes the
Yeah.
harder, and Beethoven 9.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to
Beethoven.
throw a dice to who's going to play Beethoven
Oh yeah,
9.
that's right.
It's
Yeah.
coming,
It's coming
up
in
again.
September. Yeah.
So we'll roll the dice and see. So we've got Pierre, hello from Wales. Pierre is a big supporter of the Horn Hangouts. Henrik from Sweden. Heidi Oros from Trumansburg, New York. Isn't it great? All these people
So
watching.
many people. It's
We want to
amazing.
know who's watching in Ljubljana. You're going to write in and tell us. Have any of you ever been to Ljubljana? That's what I want.
I've been.
I've been. I've
nice.
been. And do you miss it? Do you get back a lot?
Yes, that's why we go like 3 or 4 times a year
Yeah.
back to Ljubljana. Sometimes to play a little bit chamber music or solo with the orchestra. Sometimes in February we just did so skiing urlaub, so ski holidays.
Yeah. Great.
In summer we go to Croatia, in Slovenia a little bit to seaside, you know.
The 50-kilometer seaside.
Usually we go to Croatia.
We have a
yeah.
map here as well
Yeah.
from Gregor here somewhere
Yeah.
here. And it's
It's
Slovenia.
not big coastline, but it's nice. Yeah.
Matthew Highslip is watching. Hi, Matthew. And he's asked, who were your horn-playing influences? But I think we've had, what is it, Bostjan, of course, Radovan.
Well, Bostjan, Radovan, and then, I mean, the best school for me was Karen Academy here.
Yeah.
You know, to play with all you
Yeah.
guys. And also to observe, they were like Stefan and Radek at that time still, you know.
That's
This
right.
was like, just like, I could just
That
soak
was
up
first
all the
Horn
knowledge.
Heaven, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. I played quite a lot, often second with
Yeah.
both of them. It was like really the best school I
They're
could
so
ever have.
different, aren't
They're
they?
so different, but you're always, you cannot tell what's better, you know, it's just different.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
both is like so
yeah,
well, so
yeah, really
amazing.
incredible. Gosh.
yeah.
And, any advice to practice those excerpts, especially when you're getting your butt kicked?
Well,
What did you do to make your excerpts better, apart from Stefan J making you play them by memory? I remember
Well,
I came into the room once and you
yeah.
were like trying to play Rienzi with no music.
well, I cannot do that now probably anymore, but I could do it like 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I used a lot of metronome to get all the rhythm right, because and that was also one of the reasons I didn't get the job, I think.
Don't tell me about it.
Yeah. And then intonation, and I was always like focusing on sound, so that it doesn't matter if you play in middle register or like really low register, it has to sound well. You know, it doesn't have to sound extremely loud. It's better that it sounds good than extremely loud and ugly. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the orchestra also
Of course,
likes. You know,
of course.
it's
How
better
can
that
you
sounds good.
practice that, do you think?
Well, there are many exercises you can use. Like we all know these Thompson's exercises, or Freudis wrote a book as well. Farkas.
Yeah.
And just like exercises, what your professors at masterclasses give
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah. So what is your horn playing philosophy. What is the most important thing for you? Like every day when you wake up, pick up the horn. The thing is about us in the horn room.
Every day?
Yeah, maybe not every day. Okay. We always know who's warming up, don't we? When you come to the horn room.
No, actually, when you take the stairs and you hear a little bit of the horn, you're like, oh, Sarah's there. Oh, Georg is also there.
Yeah, but I know exactly when you're there because you have your own sort of set. But you play a lot of music. You don't, you have your little exercises, but you play
I do a couple of scales, so on. But then I just play concertos usually, or if I know that Beethoven sonata is coming up, I play it through, or if I have to play like Villanelle or something like that, I'll just play it through.
So you don't have one particular warm-up that you do every day? Because in Germany that's very popular to do the whoever warm-up.
Well, I do like scales in 2 octaves. It takes
major, minor, diminished?
Oh, just like major and go. I did minor and that before, but I usually have like 3 minutes to warm up and then I have to go on stage.
That's the thing. You have to do your warm-up in like 2 minutes.
You have to do it really fast and then go.
2 minutes and you have 1 minute to get on the stage.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're sitting on stage and you feel, okay, it's not feeling so good? What do you do then? Pray.
That's what you have to do. Pray, or you try to do your best as always. Yeah. But every day you cannot feel like 100%. So sometimes it happens like that. It was just like last week. With the Mahler one, first evening great, second evening great, and then third evening we were all a little bit tired already.
We were completely tired.
It's a lot to play in that symphony. So.
Yeah, because for our digital concert hall, it's usually the last concert. But before that, we've had 2 concerts and a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, that's true.
And Stefan Dorr always says, "Oh, let's all save ourselves." He always says, "Oh, no, let's not play Fortissimo today," and he just goes for it.
And then we all go for it.
Then we all go.
Why did we do that?
Yeah, and then at the end of the rehearsal, you think, "Oh, why did we do that?" And he's feeling great, and we're feeling like, "Oh." But the third concert was. And so, what do you do on days like that? Because we have no choice.
I would show up a little bit earlier then, and I would do like 10 or 15 minutes warm up, like really slowly, like easy things, like really not something really difficult or so on, but easy, slow scales, arpeggios.
Remember Radek warming up in the horn room?
Yeah.
He would just play dot, doot, doot, and then he'd read his book.
Yeah.
Incredible. But it got the air moving, it got the tongue moving, and it sounded good. Yeah. What more do you need? Huh? So tell me, on the days, what did you do? You got there a bit earlier?
I got there a bit earlier, so I started with slow scales, then a little bit of arpeggios, and then a couple of other exercises I do, just to get this feeling back, Sometimes you feel that your lips are like really stiff. You can just not play like relaxed as you always do. So then you just need like 20 minutes or half an hour to play a little bit softer, or maybe a lot of low register to get a lot of blood through your muscles. What else?
I remember my first teacher saying, "Any fool can play with a good set of chops."
That's true. It's hard to play. Also, Eric Terwilliger always says that.
Does he?
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Yeah. Eric just that chops feel terrible, and then he plays brilliantly.
He likes to warm up a lot.
I've had a funny question actually. Bighorn wants to know, who's Bighorn? I wonder who Bighorn is. Andrej, what's your favorite book?
Favorite book, like to read?
Yeah. Well, yes, to read.
To read. Well, Blow Your Own Horn.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
Fergus
No, the other day I actually read it finally.
Oh, you hadn't read it before?
No.
It's a very good book.
He was there. It was really good.
It's a very controversial book as well.
Yeah.
But that's not what you would read before you go to bed.
No.
Okay.
Well, usually, if I read on plane when I fly to Japan or something.
No, you don't. I've seen you on a plane.
Yeah, a lot of times. But sometimes, for half an hour, 45 minutes, then you do it. But after 45 minutes,
yeah.
I'm probably like that.
I've seen it. Oh, Francois is watching in Munich. Hello, Francois. Francois Bostjan is watching. Jeremy Rowe wants to know about producing enough tone when stopping in the low register. Oh, we're getting very technical now.
Okay.
But this is what the Horn Hangouts is for. Jeremy wants to know about how getting enough sound when you stop in the low register. Do you have a good tip for that? If you have, give it to me. I want it.
I do. I practice. That's what one of the things I practice every day almost. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Just scales on stop scales as well.
And as low as you can.
As low as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And always trying to it has to sound well.
Yeah.
You have to experiment what to do. Maybe to press a little bit more on the upper lip or the bottom lip.
And also to make sure you
to
seal
make sure
it.
that it's really well sealed. Yeah. As well. Yeah.
Because if it's not, then
Yeah, it's not so good then, yeah. So
yes, it wobbles. But
Oh,
practicing it, people don't really seem to realize practicing it every day is really important.
yeah, these basic things like
Yeah. Yeah,
like I said before, scales
yeah,
that makes you stable,
yeah.
and also boucher, also stop notes
Yeah.
as well, because sometimes you have to play a little bit lower.
A lot.
Up is okay,
Yeah.
but then lower you get,
Yeah, in the
harder it
Lachman
gets.
piece, we had
in
all the,
Lachman piece we had all this, or sometimes in Tchaikovsky symphonies you have these tones.
and it's a matter of pride that we don't use our stop mutes.
we don't use it.
We don't use the stop mutes. We use our hands. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what sound. Gregor says, "Bravo, Andrej. You are great. We are proud of you." I think that's Gregor.
Gregor Jagodic.
Yeah, Gregor. So that's so nice. Matthew says, "Blow your own horn is the greatest horn pedagogy book," which is right. What fingerings do you use for low stop notes?
I do combination
Yeah.
actually. Sometimes F horn, but a lot of times also B flat horn.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds, it reacts better somehow
Yeah.
sometimes.
See, I told them to write in, and now everybody's writing in
There
really
you go.
fast. Parida Kanu says, "Have you always played on an Alex? And if you didn't, then why did you switch? And what are the pros?
I played on Alex, but the other model 503.
Yeah,
Then I played for 2 years on
503
Paxman.
is the student
Is
model.
this K-model.
That's
yeah.
a car model.
503.
1103.
And then there's 1103 and there's 503.
Right,
503
okay.
is a little bit cheaper,
Okay.
so that's why I bought
Yeah.
it. I didn't have money at that time, so.
Okay. Yeah.
But then I played on Paxman for maybe 2 seasons, and then I switched to 103 just before coming to Berlin.
Okay. Well, good you did, because we like 103.
Yeah, we like 103s.
We
But
do.
Also Bostjan was playing on 103. Also
Bostjan has an incredible horn, sort of really with the
with the caps on it.
yeah, with the impressive caps on it. I haven't seen him on the chat yet. Bostjan, have you worked out how to log into the chat? I wonder.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see. Maybe he's got a gig. Danilo
he's
wants to
somewhere
know:
else.
do you have plans to become a teacher one day? You do actually teach in Brazil, and I know a lot of people are watching. A lot of your students from Brazil.
I was in Brazil like for 5 years in a row now.
Yeah.
In Pelotas.
Yeah.
That's really south of Brazil.
Yeah.
Always in January for 2 weeks, for like master class. And well, at the beginning I was not sure how should I teach, what should I say to the students. Sometimes somebody comes and he plays like a god, and you're like, "Ooh, what should I say now?"
Isn't that the worst moment?
Yeah.
You're sitting in a master class and someone comes and
somebody
plays,
comes
and you
and-
think, "God, please miss a note. Please do something so that I know what to say."
Yeah. Then of course you start intonation, but then the more you look into, more you find this difficulties
Yeah.
that he has.
Yeah.
So what
I just admire these kids that come in and they always play the most difficult pieces.
Yeah, they come with Faber concertinos
Yeah.
and these kind of things. Well, that's why I try to practice these kind of things
That's
as well.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What Teresa asked, would you do a recording of Mozart's horn concertos?
I did one already, but it's a bit old.
Mozart too, right?
Mozart too, yeah.
Yeah, with the Ljubljana or with the Slovenian
my old
Philharmonic.
orchestra. Yeah.
And we are trying to find that recording right now. Bostjan is looking for it. Where is it? Where can we get
They
it?
should go to the archive of Slovenian Philharmonic. They have probably still a
The
couple of CDs
archive,
left.
and it'll be online.
I'm not sure if it's online.
Okay. If it is, maybe someone can find it and post the link, because we would like to hear that.
Okay.
You were just practicing Mozart 4 upstairs.
A little bit, because last week we had an audition, yeah.
We did. We heard a lot of Mozart.
Yeah, a lot of
4s.
Mozart, so I said, oh, why not a little bit
Yeah.
of Mozart again?
Yeah. When I heard you practice, I thought, oh, not again.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. You have to
Gosh,
listen
there
to
are really so many lovely questions here. A lot of people watching. Brina is at home and she's watching.
Oh, nice.
That is nice. Thank you,
Hi.
Brina. We are happy to hear that. Everyone is wanting to know about alternative fingerings for stopped horn, but it's a little bit too detailed to go into for now. What I did when I was a student was made a list with every note, and I wrote literally the fingerings,
Fingers for
and
that.
I learned them. Some are
Okay.
better on the B flat horn,
Yeah.
some are better on the F horn, and I just learned them. Because
Usually I just decide while I'm playing,
Yeah.
You hear that something is too high or
Yeah.
too low, then, you
Yeah.
usually F, or something else should be is better on 2 and 3, sometimes on F horn. You know, you just have to experiment a lot of things. Like also with practicing and playing the horn.
Yeah.
You know, having your professor who tells you do this and this and this. You have to be your own professor. That's what I want to say. You have to, you know, professors there to give you direction where you should go, how it should sound, and so on. But then you have to be your own professor and teach yourself. You have to experiment. You have to find the ways how to play better and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important, I think. Yeah.
Amen. Absolutely. So what have you got planned on the horn for the future? What do you want to do? Are you going to be in this orchestra until you retire?
Well, for now I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to play with the orchestra, with you guys and so on. I would like to do a lot of chamber music, but I'm doing it at the moment a lot. So
we're lucky that we have so many small
yeah,
groups in
small
our
groups
orchestra.
and so on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're also doing the December.
Yes,
thing.
Christmas concert
Merry
coming
Christmas,
up.
so
That's right.
tune in for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I could also graduate. I don't know.
You could maybe.
We could do.
Maybe we could do
both
it together. We could.
Let's
we
do it
could.
in Ljubljana.
Yeah, I'll go and graduate there. I think I'd prefer that than going back to London. Speaking of London, Tim Jones is watching. And Saul Lewis is also watching in Melbourne, so that's really nice that you two have joined us. Thank you. I'm sure you've written in, they're on Facebook, so it's too complicated to get them over to here. So the Facebook chat, it flashes at you whenever anyone joins the chat. So it's so distracting. It's great to see how many people are watching, but then I just want to sit and watch and say hello to everyone all the time. So I keep the more peaceful chat from the website. But you will get, Andrej will get a copy of this chat, so he'll be able to see all of you who wrote in and said hello. And it's really just amazing to have these few minutes to even talk to you, because I didn't know half of this stuff either.
You see, now you know.
The only thing I did find out was that nobody seemed to know is that your horn was stolen by gypsies.
Oh, that's a nice story. Yeah. There was a masterclass with Radovan Vlatkovic in Slovenia, in Novo Mesto, and around Novo Mesto is a lot of gypsies communities. So we were practicing the whole day, and of course after the long day of practicing, we wanted to have a beer or something to drink. And I left my horn in the trunk of my friend's car. So we went for a drink, and then we wanted to go home, and I wanted to go home with one other friend. So I talked to my friend if he can give me the keys, and I'll get my horn out of the trunk. Oh. So I come there, I open the car, and there was no horn. So apparently whoever stole the horn broke into the car, opened the car, stole a couple of things. There were some other things he stole from the car, closed it back, and also locked it back. So we couldn't say that, that there was a burglary or something.
Oh.
So I made a lot of posters then after that through the whole Novo
Was this
Mesto.
the 503 or the?
Yeah, my old horn. I still have it.
Yeah.
And then one guy called me and I said, Andrej, I think I know where your horn is, but I wouldn't call the police on your position. I said, why? Well, we have to call the police. I mean, they stole my horn. Well, it's, the gypsies stole it, so maybe it's better if I go there and do some, I can go and bargain there. So apparently at the beginning the price was like 1,000 or 2,000 euros, but then he said it was non-lacquered horn, so it looked a little bit messy and so on. So then I had to pay like 300 euros for it, and I gave a couple of hundred euros also to the guy who saved my horn. So I got my horn back.
That's amazing.
I had to buy it back.
They probably thought it wasn't worth very much because it wasn't lacquered.
Because it wasn't lacquered.
A Blaskapelle, brass band.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's why he said, yeah, well, look, it's really old and, no lacquered. It's only 100 euros.
That's fantastic.
So at the
So
end
you got it back and you still have it?
I still have it.
Good.
It's 300 euros.
We are going to have one last question, and then I have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
Are you all ready for this surprise, guys? A little last question, because I think it's a good question, from David C. He said he's wondering what you think, which skills that a very good low horn player must have, or what do we expect from someone who wants to play low horn in a professional orchestra? I mean, that's a very general statement, but what are your what would be up at the top of your list?
Well, person has to be really flexible with, with intonation and hearing things, Oh, you have to adjust to the solo horn, Oh, you have to be like glued to him, And if he goes louder, you go louder. If he goes faster, he goes faster.
If he plays in the wrong place?
Then you try to count the bars and you stop him. Sometimes I was like, not yet. Yeah.
We babysit sometimes.
We babysit sometimes. Yeah. We all do. I mean, also Stefan a couple of times. He was like kicking me and okay, here I am. So basically,
I agree. I think fantastic ears and a very quick reaction time.
Quick reaction time. That's true.
I have someone who has said he would come by because he's very, very proud of what you're doing. And I'm just going to leave the room for a second. And here, just have a look at all these people. I will be right back. And I'm just going to bring someone in. Welcome to Gregor from the Slovenian Embassy.
Yay!
Who has come in and brought you a very special present.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Now I don't have to bake.
No, this is a special present.
What do you think of this?
Nice.
Have a seat. Come and sit here.
All right.
We're hoping that everyone's going to be able to hear you. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can speak into my. It's the best.
Hello to everyone here.
Both of them.
Yes.
We're supposed to stay serious. Let me introduce Gregor Jagodic, is that right?
Yes.
And you are the cultural attaché, or how would you say, at the Slovenian Embassy?
Cultural institution.
And it's a huge honor that he's here because we don't often get such important people here.
We don't get cakes every day like this.
And this is tell us what you brought.
Well, this is traditional Slovenian bake. It's Potica.
This is what this whole book is about, right?
Yes,
okay.
It's whole book. It exists also in German and English language. So
that's what our grandmas always do.
Amazing.
For every Christmas or Easter, you get this kind of thing.
It's so fantastic to have this here. Did you bake it yourself?
No, actually, this baked Vera Gabor, and she sends nice greetings to you.
Oh,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Our amazing priest here, and actually she made it specially for this show and for Andrej.
Wow, nice!
So
look
amazing.
At this.
You're not just the cultural attaché. You're a pianist as well, and you've got to tell us some sort of insider story about Andrej. I'm going to go and get a knife.
Yes.
And we're going to cut this, and we're going to show everybody what Potica tastes like.
Actually, what I wanted to say is that we are really proud of Andrej, that we have him here at the Berlin Philharmonic, and this is actually the proof that our musician and Andrej, one of the best also here in Berlin, and one of the best, if not the best, orchestra plays and aesthetic of Deutsch. Yeah.
You must be really proud,
yes,
because it's such a small country, and then to reach that, it is the best orchestra. At least that's what we think anyway. That's it.
No, but there are many colleagues of mine who are also now in Germany. I already mentioned that. I mean, also in Vienna Philharmonic and so on.
It's fun. It's really great. It must be something to do with the sound culture as well, because it fits the way you play horn fits in Germany really well. Except you were thinking of doing an audition in London, I heard.
Oh no, that was just for studying.
That was just for studying.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, I'm glad that you came here.
I wanted to study in London, but then it was too much money actually.
So have you played with him?
Yes, actually we know for a couple of years now, and it was one opportunity at the university where PAH promotions were, and we performed together, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, we played a short piece for...
Is he any good?
Yeah, we practiced. He practiced.
So it was, and this was actually around the time you were heading to Berlin, right?
Yeah, must have been like 2010 or 11, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So I'm really glad and proud on Andrej, on many things.
And you've all got your lovely...
yeah.
I have mine
too. I was watching you.
You were watching, we saw you right in. That's why you never would have expected him to be in your Horn Hangout.
Well, he doesn't live far away.
And because it's the afternoon, I also have Slovenian coffee for everybody. Ah, here we
So,
go.
cake and coffee, look at this.
So I know, Slovenian coffee and Potica. Now where is the knife? Oh, we missed the knife again. God, we're so badly organized, guys.
One is with nuts and the other with
This is
poppy.
with walnuts and one is
Yes.
poppy seeds, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be great for the rehearsal later on.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness me. Okay.
good for that.
While we are cutting the cake and we're going to try it, Andrej, I just wanted to say what a pleasure it is
Well, thank you for having me.
to be on the Hangouts, really, because it's just been. He's my colleague, but I don't know that much. You know, we're colleagues and friends, but you don't know their philosophies. But we don't really send the horn and say, so what do you think about low horn stopping? You know,
Yeah, I know.
we don't really.
We
say
just
that sort of
sometimes maybe use second valve, third valve, but that's it.
Exactly. What do you take on that? So, okay, here we go.
All right.
This is a huge honor. And Jakob and George and Alex behind the cameras, thank you for your fantastic job today. And you are going to get some of this. They're very small pieces, Andrej.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
better you
I'm
can
not
have
quite sure who to show this to, but there we go. This
Nice one.
Which one is this? The walnut?
This is the walnut, yeah.
Can you just put it in your mouth like that?
You could
Okay.
just
Or you
could
need a fork,
you
or
could
you
just
need
take it as a piece of bread. and-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this is a lovely way to finish a horn hangout, you guys. I can't think of a better way. Well, actually, if it had been like 6 o'clock, we could have started with a gin and tonics
Cocktails.
or cocktails or something.
Or
But we-
Slovenian wine.
or Slovenian wine, which we do have
Or tea.
somewhere. You sent some Slovenian wine.
Yes.
It was just a little bit too early for Slovenian wine.
No
Oh,
more.
look at this one.
That's with the
Aw.
poppy seeds, yeah.
Oops, this is amazing. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh, okay. You put cream with it or
no.
no? Okay, all right.
You can.
You can. But you know what? I'm not going to bite into this until the horn hangout's finished, because then it'll all stay in the teeth.
No
Anyway,
problems, no
Andrej,
worries.
thank you for the here.
Thank you.
You take
I'll
that
take this one.
Ooh, sorry.
There you go.
Oh
Sorry,
yes,
I
there we
was-
go.
It's snowing.
And we have, Andrej, of course, we have a Horn Hangout t-shirt for you, of course.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
a Horn Hangout t-shirt for you as well.
Oh,
Wow,
thank
so
you.
many gifts.
And we also have one for Bostjan,
For
which is
Bostjan.
going to be sent back to
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana. That's yours. Yours is
I'm
actually
flying
over
to
there.
Ljubljana next week.
There you
so
go. So you're going to take that. So everyone gets Horn Hangout t-shirts. Because you said you put that on because you didn't have a t-shirt, so now you do.
Yeah.
And
you
are
very much.
embassy people even allowed to wear Horn Hangout t-shirts? You know,
Well, in
this
free
might be
time,
in
yes.
free time. Okay.
Yes, I will. Otherwise, if there are special opportunities, I will be glad to wear it.
Write in, let us know where you're watching, and say hi to Andrej. He'll get a copy of the chat. And it's just been absolutely lovely to talk to you today, and thank you for doing this.
Yeah, sure.
And a huge round of applause also for the team. Handsome Tim, you can go to bed now. Thank you for
Yeah.
streaming it on your platform, 5Stream, because it's a big team here. It's a global
Of
effort.
course. I mean,
You know, it's quite a lot, and all these lovely Slovenian
flags and so
moments.
on.
Yeah,
Oh.
so thank you for that. You get a copy of this. And
Great.
So the
Thank you.
next horn hangout we'll do on low horn hand
On low horn
stopping.
step.
Yeah.
Stops.
Okay.
Good.
That's it. We're not quite sure when the next Horn Hangout is. If you have any suggestions, who you'd like to see on the Horn Hangouts, write in and let us know. We can talk to Gregor about, you can come in next and talk about accompanying famous horn players.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Thank you for all you did
Thank
to
you.
turn this into a wonderful Slovenian.
It was my pleasure, and actually, as said, that was for Andrej. We are really proud of him, and
Wow.
if there is anything else we can do, we would glad to.
Thank you. We're proud of him too. I'm so glad you're
Yes.
here with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me
You're welcome. Yeah.
for so many years.
So many years. Okay, guys, goodbye from us, and
Bye-bye.
and see you
Bye-bye.
next time on the Horn Hangouts. Lots of love. Bye.